Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Jason McDowell with McDowell Insurance Advisors. Today, I wanted to quickly break down what is Medicare? What are my options when I turn 65? What is Part A? What is Part B? What is my out-of-pocket exposure? What is my cost? And what are my options to help cover those costs? Okay, so we'll make this video very short, very simple, and we'll kind of go through it. So when you're aging into Medicare and you're turning 65, you have a few different options, okay? As far as going on to your Medicare, if you have 40 working credits or 10 years of work, then you have the option to take out your Part A and your Part B, which is original Medicare. Okay, so if you have a pen and pad and a piece of paper, you can go ahead and write this down. If not, I'm gonna let you take a screenshot of a diagram we kind of wrote out to kind of show you what it is, okay? So Part A of original Medicare, think of that as your hospitals, right? So that's your hospitals, that's your skilled nursing facilities. With your Part A, you're gonna have a $1,736 deductible. Every time you go to the hospital, you're gonna be expected to pay a portion of that's gonna go towards that deductible until it's satisfied. And then they're gonna start paying 80% of your medical bills, okay? Now, Part B side, think of that as your medical insurance, okay? Think of that as your doctors, your outpatients, your lab testing, okay? With your Part B, you're gonna have a $283 deductible per year. Okay, so every time you go to the doctor, you do your outpatient services, your lab work, so you're gonna pay towards that $283. Okay, now for 2026, and I'm looking at my chart here, just make sure I get it right. 2026, they just upped the premium. That's now gonna be $202.90 per month. That typically comes directly out of your Social Security check. Okay, so that's if you only take your original Medicare, which is Part A and Part B. Now, if you have original Medicare, Part A and Part B, you have your hospital, you have your doctors, but your exposure is that deductible on the Part A side, and then also the 20%. So if you have $1 million medical bill, you'll be responsible for paying 20% of that medical bill. Okay, now the options to help you satisfy that Part A deductible, to help get that covered, or to eliminate that 20% out-of-pocket exposure, there's really two different options. You can go with a Medicare Advantage policy. Okay, this is what some people call Part C. Right? Medicare Advantage plans, they typically have a zero premium per month. These are typically all-in-one policies, right? They include your dental, your prescription coverage, typically vision, sometimes gyms, memberships, sometimes they give you food coupons and give backs on your Part B premium, just depending on your situation, okay? So what happens is private insurance companies, they start managing your Part A and your Part B, and they take that over. Okay, in return, you get a zero premium Medicare Advantage Part C. Now, with a Medicare Advantage Part C, you got to understand you are going to have out-of-pocket costs. You'll have co-pays, co-insurance, deductibles that you will have to meet and satisfy every time you go to the doctor in the hospital in most cases. Now, you'll also be a part of a network in most cases, where you got to make sure your doctors and your providers are within that network to make sure you're maximizing your coverage and your benefits. Okay, so that's kind of what a Medicare Advantage policy is, just in the simplest terms without really diving into it too deep. Just very simplistic overview. Okay, now the other side is you have a Medigap plan, a Medicare Supplement policy. The most popular Medicare Supplement policies nowadays are typically going to be a Plan G or a Plan N. Just depending on your preference, they're very, very similar, just a few minor differences. Now, with a Medigap policy, this is going to cover that Part A deductible of $1,736, so you don't have to worry about that. And this is going to provide you with nationwide coverage. Everywhere where Medicare is accepted, you can go to any doctor, any hospital in the country, which is typically just about everybody. Okay. With a Medigap plan, these plans, they do have a premium. They do have a cost. They typically range anywhere from, we've seen them as low as $85 or $75 a month. And in some states, for the same exact policy, same coverage, they can be upwards of $250, $300 a month, just depending. On average, you're probably around $125, $130 a month for a Medicare Supplement policy. Okay. Now, real quick, the difference between a Medicare Supplement Plan G and a Plan N. Plan G, all you have to do is pay for your Part B deductible of $283 once per year, and then 100% of your medical bills are covered. So if you have $1 million hospital bill, then 100% of those bills will be covered after you pay your $283 deductible. Okay, now with the Plan N, same thing. Okay, you still have to pay that $283 deductible on your Part B, but after that, 100% of your medical bills will also be covered. Okay, now the difference is when you go to the doctor with a Plan N, you will have a $20 copay that you will have to pay in most cases. Some doctors can waive that and say you don't have to pay anything. It's really up to the doctor's discretion. And then also when you go to the emergency room, it's a $50 copay. But the benefits of a Plan N is that they're usually $30 to $40 cheaper per month, and you also get less rate increases over time with a Plan N. Everybody's kind of pushing Plan G, and so you got so many beneficiaries moving into a Plan G policy. Then what happens is Plan N, they don't have as many beneficiaries and as many claims being filed on a Plan N, so you get less rate increases over time. So those are the kind of two options, just a 1,000-foot overview. We don't want to dive too deep on this call. We want to keep it short, simple, so you kind of understand how that goes. We did a quick little diagram here. It might be in reverse on the camera, but you can kind of see how we just kind of broke everything down for you. Makes it clean and simple and easy to understand. Now, there's a lot of nuances and a lot of stuff in between, and if you would like to learn more about your personal situation and what we would recommend is best for you, please feel free to give us a call. I've been doing this for over 15 years. My services are 100% free. I'm licensed in every single state, and we're contracted with about 40 different carriers. Okay, so we really just want to help you and decide what is going to be best for you and your personal situation. Okay, I hope that kind of helped and gave a brief overview of Medicare from a 1,000-foot perspective. Hope you guys have a blessed day.